I used to be like the person that would like talk about all the time. I'd be like, oh, it's so stupid that anybody would think that porn is bad or think it's so cool and it's great. I was an advocate and I used to watch a lot of, to be honest. I started watching when I was like 11. I didn't understand why it was a bad thing. I think it really destroyed my brain. I feel incredibly devastated that I was exposed to so much. I think that I had like sleep paralysis and these like almost like night terror / just nightmares because of it. And
Billie Eilish in an interview has come out saying that the adult movie industry has messed up her brain. She is saying that because of all of the porn that she's watched, it's actually caused her problems and she wished she had never got into it. I think this is a very important warning and find myself in agreement with Billie Eilish. Who would have thought that in any world that I'd be in agreement with her? But in this statement, I'm in agreement. And Brian Head Welsh is one of the ones who brought this up on his post. He simply said, no judgment if you're into porn, but I definitely can relate with Billie Eilish. Lots of dark energy around that industry in my experience. Well, I think it's not about judgment as much as it is about a warning. Like, this stuff is dangerous and is causing problems for so many people. So let's hear what Billie Eilish has to say about this.
I used to be like the person that would like talk about porn all the time. I'd be like, oh, it's so stupid that anybody would think that is bad or up or, you know, I think it's so cool and it's great. I was an advocate and I used to watch a lot of porn, to be honest. I started watching porn when I was like 11. I didn't.
Wow. First of all, guys, we've got to do so much better. We've got to help guard our kids. If you right now are struggling with porn, man, do what you can do for you to be able to get out from underneath this.
Understand why it was a bad thing. I thought that's how you learned how to have sex. I think it really destroyed my brain. I feel incredibly devastated that I was exposed to so much porn. I think that I had like sleep paralysis and these like almost like night terror / just nightmares because of it. I think that's how they started, because I would just watch abusive BDSM and that's what I thought was attractive. It got to a point where like I couldn't watch anything else, like unless it was violent. I like didn't think it was attractive, and I was a virgin. I had never done anything. It led to problems. The first few times
First of all, whoa. One of the things I want you to realize is what you feed yourself is what you're going to grow an appetite for. And so as she's getting into violent porn and she's getting into violent materials, all of a sudden now the lighter stuff's not doing it for her. And, you know, one of the things I've noticed a lot is a lot of people find themselves going down darker and darker trails, but it starts out as seemingly innocent. And so, man, guys, we got to be understanding in what you feed your spirit is what you'll begin to crave. And what you crave ultimately is going to dictate how you see the future, how you see reality. So if this is what you imagine sex is going to be like, and you're watching either unrealistic or acting, because, you know, a lot of this stuff is just acting. They're playing a role. It's not real. And the stuff that is real often is against the people's will. And what you're doing is you're setting an unrealistic expectation of what you want to get from a person that they can never give you. And you will never be satisfied by reality when you have a fantasy you can always go to. Because she's watching this ultra violent stuff, not only is she having sleep paralysis and night terrors, but first of all, I don't think anyone pre-teenage years, I can't imagine being exposed that young, how detrimental that would be to the mind and to like just like growing, like the kind of trauma that would cause. But what you're watching is what you're going to crave. So she's now craving this when she's now experiencing sex for the first time.
You know, had sex, I was not saying no to things that were not good. And it's because I thought that that's what I was supposed to be attracted to. It's how so many people think that they're supposed to learn. It's how so many men think that they're supposed to be. I'm so angry that porn is so loved. I think
Me too. And I hope you're getting angry also. This is a trick to mess with us, to ruin reality for us. And, you know, if you're one of the millions out there who are struggling with porn, I want to encourage you, bring it into the light, seek help, seek treatment, work together. One of the things you can start doing is you need to develop new habits around that, because a lot of what's happening is you built brain chemistry to reward yourself for bad behavior. But I'm going to tell you too, as a Christian, some of the ways we need to overcome this is we need deliverance, we need inner healing, we need to get counseling and discipleship around ourselves, get accountability around yourself, make up your mind that this is destroying your brain, it's destroying your love life. If you're not married yet, this is destroying future relationships and even your understanding of a beautiful thing that God has set up in your life. Sex is supposed to be beautiful, and yet this fantasy is ruining that for people. And so just want you to think about today. I just thought it was interesting. Thank you, Brian Welsh of Head. I'm sorry. Thank you, Brian Head Welsh, for bringing this to attention. I don't know, man. The only thing I would say about this is, bro, it's not about judgment at this point. It's about calling out a warning, because this is literally breaking brains. Like, we're literally destroying people's future relationships. And so I thank you for bringing it out and even, showing such kindness towards Billie Eilish. Billie, we're praying for you, and I pray that God just heals your brain and that he heals you of sleep paralysis and any of the trauma that you received from a young age from that very traumatizing stuff you watched. And I hope you know that if you ever get a chance to see this video by some random chance, not that you will, I want you to hear me on this. Jesus loves you. He's crazy about you. And there's a body of believers out there who are praying and believing for your salvation and your healing and your wholeness. And I just wish you the best. I wish you healing as you overcome this. And I thank you for bringing this to light, because I'm sure it's not popular to have this opinion right now, but man, it's so dangerous. And I'm so grateful for anyone who's willing to put out an alert signal right now. This is an SOS being sent out to the world. This stuff, corn, is destroying your brain, not the band. I can't use the actual word because YouTube will get in trouble. So I'm saying, this adult movies, watching this stuff online, what you're feeding yourself, you are messing with your future. You're messing with your mind. You're changing your desires and making the actual reality of something beautiful, less enjoyable as you give yourself into these fantasies. And so I just want to encourage you, if this is you today and you need help, man, reach out to your local church, reach out to your local pastor. There's even help online. Find help. Let's move out of this. Let's break this chain once and for all. Hey, I don't know about you, but if you were blessed by this, do me a favor. Send a prayer out for Billie Eilish. What a great warning. I know she puts out a lot of dark material in her music, but you know what? After her explaining this, it makes total sense, the kind of music she's putting out. And so let's begin to pray for her, pray for her salvation and the healing of her heart and her mind, that God will heal all this trauma that came out of all this. And if you like this content, please put a like and a follow and a share and all this stuff, man. Help me get known so we can keep making videos like this. You guys be blessed. I'll see you soon.